Okay, so here we are on Mugen Archive. We're in the video game universe section. And we're not going to look at any of these things mentioned here. We're going to look at the actual random shit in the video game universe section. So 68 pages, which have about 40 listings each. I know the last page on Mugen Archive doesn't actually have the same number as all the other pages, but let's say around 40 each, which is 2,720 stages to look through. I'm going to try to hit these in a new series I'm going to do, where I'm going to highlight the stages, tell you what I think of them, tell you if I'm going to keep them or not. And I'm going to probably have to put a disclaimer in every video past this one, but I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want you to fuck off and never try again, even if I shit on your stage. And I have a feeling, even if I try to be super polite, by the time I really start getting into the depths of these and really start getting up here on the stage count on the reviews, I'm probably going to become slightly more and more bitter and more salty. And I don't want to be that way, but that's probably how it's going to end up regardless. I'm only human. Any thing I say about the stages is of course just my opinion, and whether I keep them or not is my preference. Now, if two people make the same stage, practically the exact same stage, I don't know how much it's going to happen in these random files in Video Game Universe randoms, because they're kind of more originally made to begin with. But let's say we're talking Street Fighter 3, and then you have 5 versions of a Buki stage. Now, I'm only going to keep the best version out of those hypothetical 5 versions. Now, in an actual fighting game, it's very obvious that a lot of people are going to adapt the same stage. I don't know how much often we're going to see that in this video game universe section. I mean, they're all mostly original rips. I don't know how many people are going to try to rip the exact same thing. But if somebody does rip the exact same thing as another creator, I will giving those special attention, and I'll highlight the differences, or and see what maybe makes one better than the other. So I'll be giving those special attention. Honestly, probably the least attention I'm going to give something is if it's just so garbage right out of the gate that it doesn't need to be said much more than this is trash. And I have a feeling that's going to happen a lot. Because at least when you're adapting a fighting game stage from, an actual fighting game, there's a certain quality you're aiming for. But when we get into here, I expect there to be quite a few just ugly JPEG rips that people are going to be uploaded to Mugen Archive that, sorry to tell you, but if you put an ugly JPEG rip up, I'm probably not going to keep it. But hey, I think I'm pretty forgiving. I have some Smash stages that I think look pretty ugly, but they're the only representation of that stage. So if you have the only version out, that's gonna give you a lot more credence on me actually keeping your stuff. Even if I think, it could be massively improved. But yeah, I'm going to try to do at least 20 per video, but maybe I'll do it based on time instead of content. So we'll start up here at CyberPunk 2077, and we will work down one by one. And hopefully this project will not take too much time away from the other things I've been working on. I downloaded literally every character from Video Game Universe, not the stage version, but every character. And that has been what has held up all my other videos that I've been putting out, Can I Beat Mugen with? Because I wanted to clear, and I don't even know how many fucking characters I downloaded, but there's a fuck ton, and it's probably going to be late December before I finally clear that fucking pile off. and sort all those out. But hopefully if I pace myself with the stages, that shouldn't take too much time away from other projects. See what else I wanted to say. Oh, I also had to go get a video editing program because if I didn't get a video, I didn't realize I didn't have one. All these stages or all these videos I've been uploading recently, those are just like straight videos that have never been put into an editing program. And part of the reason I was doing that was back when I had my old laptop, I would upload like a 30-minute video, and I don't know if it was the internet connection or maybe my laptop was just a slow processor, but like a 20 to 30-minute video would literally take me like 48 hours to upload. And like totally my internet is dead the whole time the internet fucking thing is uploading. And I'm just like, oh my god, is this fucking thing ever gonna upload? And you'd wake up, you'd go to sleep and you wake up and it still says like 24 fucking hours remaining. And you just, and I noticed that if you put into any the old video editing program I used, that like just doing like the minorest of changes would like double the file size. So that scared me because I knew how fucking long some of these uploads to YouTube would take me when I stopped to do it. But once I got the new laptop, the upload time on videos was like way less. Like either the internet connection got way better in my area in like the 3 to 5 months between laptops, or this laptop is just so much speedier that it fucking is. Because that's why I never uploaded that many videos before I came back. It's because like every video, even if it was like it's like there's only 4 Can I Beat Mugen whiffs, I think, originally. And like every one of those was like 2 days of no internet. It was fucking nonsense. But anyway, yes, I will try to go through it, because when most people look at like fucking 2,720 stages, they're just gonna do it probably. Everyone does, and be like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot. You just get intimidated and you want to fucking stop right there. But yeah, I'm gonna do this. Hopefully this will be a popular series. I had to get the video editing program because I have to put it through. Otherwise, it would just be so much dead air as I look through the stages. Without the video editing program, it would be so fucking long. I'm going to use that to trim down the time and trim off a lot of the dead air so it becomes much more watchable. And now this is 8 minutes of me just talking about it. Now to get to it. Okay. I'm going to try to put all the stages that appear in this video in the description below the video. And like who they're by and whatever. They should, I'm pretty sure I put them in the order that they appear on the list on the Mugen archive, but I'm going to go through them. I'll trim the video to get dead air out of the way, hopefully. Okay, starting off with the CyberPunk stage. And I'm going to say it's pretty damn good. I don't see any reason not to keep this one. Okay, next up is Benten-Cho, a Jet Set radio stage. And it's supposed to be the Night City. If it's from the first Jet Set radio, I definitely didn't fucking play it. I played the second one. It looks good enough. I don't see any problems. And we have LEGO Dimensions Final Showdown. Now, I don't think I'm going to be keeping this one. I mean, it's not like it isn't a crisp enough image. I mean, the static image doesn't immediately disqualify it. What actually hurts it is the guy in the background, and like, when you have a bunch of stuff that's like, obviously should be animated, and it isn't, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, and it kind of bothers me. So, I'm afraid this one I am not keeping. Next up is T&C Surf Designs by MackX. I already have a lot of stages by MackX, and I usually like them. He usually puts in a 3D effect that I don't know how to reproduce, and I would love to make straight. If I could make stages with a 3D effect, I would be very happy, but I don't think it's in my wheelhouse. Now, this game was very prominent in my childhood. I don't know if they are just highly produced numbers of this game, because it seems like a lot of people know about it, and it wasn't just my rental stores and people I knew that seemed to own this game, even though it wasn't very good. Now, I usually associate MackX with quality, but you can see that he didn't just rip the sprites. He's actually taken maybe JPEGs of the sprites and ripped them. You can see the fuzz around the sprites here, shouldn't be there. I definitely don't know if this dotted line was there, or this dotted line even higher. That doesn't look like what would be in the NES game. Yeah, you can totally see the sprites have been just blurry rips or something, instead of straight sprite work, which comes off looking kind of bad. I'm not going to throw the stage away, because I still think it's at least pretty decent regardless. We got a lot of things going on with it. Now, I already looked at this earlier. He has the top of the building is cut off. And yeah, I don't know how he made that mistake. I mean, maybe he was just trying to adapt it, and he just didn't want to create new sprites. But I probably would have fucking copy-pasted to make the building go up a little higher. Yeah, this stage could use some tweaking, but it's not broken. It's definitely a good rep of the stage. I'll be keeping it. Next we have the Waiting Room Halloween from Super Smash Flash 2 by Finola. They actually had several versions included, like a Zoom version and 1.0 version. And maybe it was widescreen version. It's been a bit since I looked, but I'll be showing them all off here. And I think it's great. I have no complaints whatsoever. So that was the widescreen version, I think. This one has a zoom effect. Maybe the last one had a zoom effect too. I mean, like I said, the stage is great. I think this is the 1.0 version. I use Mugen 1.1. I don't really see much of a difference. I mean, they're all fine. I'll be keeping probably the widescreen one, or maybe the zoom one, but not all three. Here we have Arcade Date from Friday Night Funkin'. And I think it's great. The only thing maybe I would change is I would scale the characters up to be a little bigger, because if you look like if Kung Fu Man went into the distance to sit in that chair, he'd be microscopic by the time he got there. I might toy around with my own copy to see if I can scale the characters up and see if it doesn't break the stage and it still looks nice. The second version of the stage, because he had two versions, put you further in the foreground, make it even making the scale problem even more pronounced, so I'll be keeping the other one and not this one. But yeah, I didn't find any errors in the stage. I don't see any sliding problems, it's fine. Wait, maybe there is a sliding problem. Oh, right. Yeah, I think there is. But, let's see, let's go put Finola over there. Yeah, there's a sliding problem. But, I don't know, I think the stage is salvageable even with the sliding problem. I think it's pretty good regardless. This is Noche Fonda. Oh, actually I don't know how to pronounce that. Noche Fonda? This is also from Friday Night Funkin'. I think it's pretty decent, but I actually like the other version that I'm about to show off more. Because you can see way more in this version. It's not super zoomed in like the other. I know this isn't whoever ripped its fault, but this bottom of this guy's foot, like, is like so obviously flashy and draws your eye that I hate it as a spriter. But yeah, I'll be keeping this stage. Another Friday Night Funkin' stage. Another Friday Night Funkin' stage. Viernes, Noche, Webiando. I assume this is Spanish. I don't know. And it looks really nice. Definitely the floor is bright. I might switch this song out though. Okay, this is target practice from Friday Night Funkin'. It looks like it's based on the Wii sword fighting game from Sports Resort. Now, when I saw this in the Mugen archive listing, I thought it was going to be like the angle of the floor was going to look all wrong, but it doesn't look too bad. He has another version that comes with it, and that'll probably be the version I'm keeping because I don't think it's zoomed in as much. You can see the crowd better in this one. Definitely. Yeah, in the other version, I don't think you could see the crowd unless you were like super jumping. But yeah, I'll be keeping this. Here we have Zavodila. I think this is also from Friday Night Funkin'. I think it's good enough. I don't see any problems, even if it's like a little basic, but there's no reason to turn down another Friday Night Funkin' stage if I've collected this many. Okay, God Eater, also from Friday Night Funkin'. On Mugen 1.1, I'm pretty sure this problem isn't here on, or it wasn't intentional, but most of the characters are off screen from the stage most of the time in Mugen 1.1. You might be able to simply fix this with a camera position reset, but once I do that, I'd have to probably cut it. Because you need to see more like certified you need to be able to see. Right now you can't. I'll revisit this to see if I can fix it. This is ShenLin Park from Freedom Planet 2. Now, this is another stage I think it's probably not meant to run in Mugen 1.1. Because like there's several things that look off. If you go all the way to the left here, you can clearly see like the background is right in here. And not to mention the top is clearly just not there. Like I'm assuming this is a Mugen 1.0 stage specifically. And the house is sliding like crazy. It looks really weird. Maybe that's accurate to the source game. But it looks so weird. It looks like the house is just flying by instead of actually behind that street. Okay, this is Fallen Rapper. This is probably just Friday Night Funkin' based instead of an actual stage, but I don't really know. Because it feels like some like edgelord stuff going on here. If this is actually in Friday Night Funkin', let me know. But yeah, someone broke this guy's TV and he's glitching the fuck out. I mean, stage doesn't seem to have any real flaws. I guess it gets to stay for now. Okay, this is the sandbox, and I have no idea what it's from. I'm guessing it's some kind of like Flash Smash Brothers knockoff, but I really don't know. But it's crisp and it runs well enough. He includes another version with it. Which has zoom, but which should probably be the... I will be keeping this, so this is probably the version I'm going to keep, because I always go with the zooms if there's a zoom option. So yeah, whatever the hell this is, I'm keeping it. It's fine. Here we have Mine Chamber Square. It says it's from Newgrounds for some character called Alloy. I don't really have any clue who that is. But it doesn't matter, because I ain't keeping it, because look at this train wreck. Now, so many things are wrong. Okay, first of all, there's like a white dot here that's just blinking in and out of existence, but maybe that's a zoom thing. It does look like a zoom thing, but it probably still shouldn't be there. But where we really get into the wrong is, like, look up here at the sky. It's just like somebody, like, broke a tile set. The buildings are all fucked. Everything is messed up. Yeah, it looks like someone kicked the side of their NES. I can't imagine this is a Mugen 1.0 or a 1.1 problem when if it's this messed up. Like, I can't imagine that Mugen 1.0 like fixes the sky problem. Like, this building looks... What is this? This is like, did he fucking reload the wrong palette into this fucking building and like kill off all the textures here? Yeah, I will not be keeping this. It's a mess. It's trash. A Plants vs. Zombie stage. And even though it's really grainy, like, I do appreciate that they attempt to have this big animated background. I think what would break it for me is if the floor was busted, but the floor is not busted. If there was like a decent Plants vs. Zombie character, I guess I would put them here. Yeah, there's probably better Plant vs. Zombie characters or stages down the list somewhere, but I haven't reached that point yet. But this gets to stay for now, even though it's kind of ugly. Whoever made this probably could have, like, if they really took their time and, like, fractured the background, they probably could have got it to look way more high-res. But it looks like they tried to dump the whole thing into color reduction instead of trimming. Yeah, they could have, like, placed block by block so each thing looked as high as possible. And just then separated this side and did the best they could, but it looks like they really just tried to do it all in one picture. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe I could go into the stage editor and find that it really is spliced together, but I kind of doubt it. But yeah, this one gets to stay, even though it's kind of grainy. Here we have Magic Hat from a Sega Genesis game that I've never heard of. And it's fine. It's nothing special, but it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I don't see any problems. Okay, next up we have a set of stages, all by one creator. They're all based on Persona 3, but every one of them is problematic. And I will go through them and their problems now. Okay, we got a Dama block. And this is probably one of the least problematic. It's just kind of basic. But the floor is broken. It is clearly broke. Like, you know how to slide it all over the place. And like the floor is broken on every one of these. Like, spoiler alert. But now I like the idea that he was going for to like adapt the different floors up Tartarus. but his actual stage design and spriting was some serious things with this. Like I know he was trying to go through blood spills, but like, why is there like a fucking square block here and it's all fucking fractured into, you wanted to like, you're gonna do this, you want to try to make the puddles and have like the roundedness of the puddles and make it look as natural as possible. Maybe even have like the blood have some sort of like almost lighting or shading on it. But as it is, it just looks really like someone hacked the shit out of the stage in MS Paint. Or, well, MS Paint may be a little too cruel for his effort, but like I very much know how he did this. He, you know, he used like a flash. These are like vectors, you know, vector graphics like I would make, but he didn't, you know, clean it up afterwards or make sure it looked better in another program posted. But yeah, like, this is just a mess. It looks really bad. Time to show off Spriter elitism. You see these squares up here? Like, I assume if you're watching this on like a TV or something, you're not going to be able to see this, but like, this, he totally just like ripped this from like a Flash program, because I recognize this from all the fucking trouble Flash gives me personally, but he either didn't care or didn't notice. You can see how like the squares are like got these fucking image problems around the corners of the squares. When the square is like the simplest thing in the world, he could have just, you know, got the regular square size like as a, you know, placeholder inside once he ripped it out of there, and then copy pasted the squares across to make sure it all matched and where they were perfect squares without any problems. See, this square is almost perfect, but yeah, he clearly just ripped this image and ported it in, and fucking Flash's stupid bullshit errors are all over it. But yeah, like I said, this is a shame because I actually like the idea of what he was trying to pull off with the persona levels here. Yep, more blood that looks totally wrong. Yeah, also the floor, like, the way he has it angled, it looks like the floor is just part of the wall, which I'm pretty sure that's not what he wanted. What was that, Febble? Like I said, he made quite a few of these. Zaya! Yeah, even if he didn't have the sliding problem, these, like, they just need to be touched up just a bit, and they would be fine. But yeah, I think like I would probably keep it if the floor didn't look like it was just a wall, like I'm just walking against a wall. Even with the sliding problem, since it's not that noticeable. But that isn't the case. I think there's at least one more. Yeah, Yavasha block. Once again, floor is busted. And, like, it doesn't have a good illusion of depth. And it really needs that to some extent. This is Gungeon and Dragon Punch from Enter the Gungeon, or at least I think it is. I don't know what the Dragon Punch is supposed to mean. Like, if he hacked two games together, I really don't know. However, this stage is great. It's... If he did the sprite work in the background, which I doubt he did, but if he did, then fucking... hats off to you, man, because that looks great. The little dancing bullets and stuff, that looks great to me. But he probably just ripped it. I haven't played Enter the Gungeon, so I really wouldn't know. Yeah, this is great. This is a great stage. This is from an adventure game called Silverload. And now you might think I wouldn't like this stage, but I actually think it looks pretty good. And maybe I should start saying they, because I don't know the genders for sure. But they did a good job making sure you walk in, or the stuff is in the foreground and, it looks right. I don't see any, like, bullshit fucking lines that contradict what should be there. If I was him, I probably also would have made the call of him walking over the branch here instead of the branch being in the foreground. Yeah, I probably would have made that same call. But yeah, it's fine, and I like it. Simply listed LSD. This is from Liquid, is it Liquid? No, fuck. I actually don't remember what the LSD stands for. I know it's Dream Simulator, but I don't remember what they actually call it in Japan. I assume it's like, I feel like it's Liquid Dream Simulator or something. That's probably fucking way wrong. But, this was one of the ones I'm most on the fence about, because nothing's really wrong with it, but it's also just, like, is the scale off? Is that how it is in the game? It's kind of grainy, but I assume that's, that looks pretty accurate to a PS1, so that's not really bad. It's kind of basic, and it's also, if you were going to make a stage from this game, this is a weird choice. But I guess it gets to stay for now. This is a Bo-Peep-O stage from Friday Night Funkin', and I can't show it to you because it crashes Mugen. If I click on it, Mugen will just straight crash, and I have no idea if that's a 1.1 problem when the error message doesn't say anything about, compatibility problems. It just talks about palettes or something. But it just straight crashes Mugen for me, so I'm gonna give that default rating of don't keep. This Glacian Knight is from Gary's mod. I have no experience with Gary's mod. Nothing's really wrong with it, but since I don't have much context for this and it's just kind of weird looking, I'm not sure I'm gonna keep this one. Like, it's not really filling a certain niche I need, or niche I need. Like, what is this, a wharf? It's kind of hard to even tell. I mean, is that like a house and like a trailer in the background here? I don't even know what I'm looking at. So yeah, like, maybe if I like really knew what this was to begin with, I'd want to keep it just for the sake of having its representation, but I don't even know what I'm fucking looking at. Like, this kind of looks like a wharf, but I don't know. Could be grass back there for all I know. This is Big City from Gary's mod, and you might think I wouldn't like this one, but I don't have a lot of stages that look like have good city skylines at the moment, and this is definitely going to fill that niche. Yeah, there's more detail up there, like you can see up on the left here, it goes decently. Yeah, this is nice, in my opinion. I'll be keeping this one. Here's a weird one. It's the inventory. And it looks like the inside of a host club or something. And maybe not a host, but I mean, host clubs, you should have more seats on their tables there. But in the back, definitely looks like a host club booth, maybe? Yeah. But the floor is broken. But the stage is so nice, I kind of just want to not care, because it's not super noticeable, because the floor is pretty standard, no matter where you're standing on it. But he's definitely sliding. I also noticed this is like, once again, like Spriter's eye. This line here, it looks like there's like little cuts out of it, instead of it just being basically smooth down the line of this curtain. Once again, that's probably not on the guy who... This probably looks like that naturally, but shame on you, whoever pixel arted this curtain. Nah. Because it could look way nicer. We have Pretty Boys from Lisa. Now, I don't really like this one. I had like some basic problems with it. First of all, if I was going to put one of the... There's actually quite a few Lisa characters Mugenized. And if I put any of them there, like this background would like super conflict with them. Because it would look like it would just bleed right in. And is this supposed to be carpet, or the bottom, is this like a tarp over the stage that he's standing on? Because if it's carpet, then I should be down here somewhere, instead of on the line where I'm at. But yeah, like, if I was going to put a Lisa character somewhere, I wouldn't want to put him here where it would be like your character would get lost in the shuffle. I don't think I'll be keeping this one. It's just not enough to it either. Here we have Nightmare Before Disney. It's from some kind of Five Nights at Freddy's fan game, where I guess they just swap in Disney characters. The stage isn't broken or anything, but it's so damn dark. Like, I know it's a horror game, but for Mugen, like, even if I kill all the lights in my room, I can still barely see anything in the background of the stage. It's like it's too dark for its own good. I think for a fighting game, maybe, like, is there even anything back here? Like, is there any detail, or is this just, like, black void most of the stage? Is it true black, or is there just details that are so dark that I can't even see? And, I don't know, that just bothers me. I'll keep it for now. Maybe there'll be a Disney character I'll get later that'll fit here. Some kind of fucking edgelord Mickey or something. Who knows? Treasure Island, I think, is also from that same Disney Five Nights at Freddy's thing. It has the exact same problems as I can't tell if there's anything even here. Like, is this just all black void space? I mean, there's a light up here, but I can't see a damn thing. Yeah, like, is this, like, the entire stage here, this, like, block? Or is there something up there that I can't even see? It seems weird to say brighten your horror stage up, but I think maybe you should brighten your horror stage up. This is Flatwood from Gary's Mod. I really don't have context for this. I mean, it's mostly okay. I mean, if I was gonna... This is probably what it naturally looks like, too, so I can't blame things I noticed that I actually don't like on the guy, whoever ripped this, but, like, this little dot on the hill here, like, that should have been smoothed out. This thing over here should have been, like, smoothed out a little. Or, like, this line here should have been extended just a little bit so it wouldn't look so noticeable. These are, yeah, this is the shit I think about. Yeah, that should have been either extended or smoothed out. Probably just smoothed out, honestly. But yeah, this one gets to stay for now. Maybe I'll find some purpose for it. Hard Mode Afternoon, and it's from Hotline Miami. And, like, is this really from the game? Like, it's kind of an eyesore, to be honest. This is Florida, but it's even worse than regular Florida. And he has a second one, which yeah, one of my complaints I would have made about the last one is the trees were like a little bit too close to the characters, and now they're even closer. Like, I'm practically walking on the roots of this palm tree thing. Oh god, it's just so eye-bleeding. It does not look crisp. Like, it's bad. but like, I hate to think if you like made this personally, because then I feel bad, but like, yeah, this maybe would work if it was super crisp. Right now it's just like an eyesore with JPEG fuzz everywhere. I hate JPEGs. Use .png, jeez. Okay, Mugen Archive says this is from Hylix. I have no idea what that is. Also, this stage is really bizarre. There's nothing, I don't think the floor's busted or anything, but it's, like, what am I looking at? Some, like, none of this is probably on here. This is probably what all this naturally looks like, but I just can't help it, like, these little stray dots everywhere. Like this dot right here, like just your eye is immediately drawn to it. But I assume that's probably what it naturally looked like, whatever he ripped this from. Yeah, I don't think I'll be keeping this one. It's just... this would have made more sense to be in that dream simulator. But yeah, I think I'm passing on this one. This is Black Space from Amori. And look how far the Kung Fu Man is bleeding into the wall. Like, you don't want to have your player bound that loose, but it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think I'd ever kill a stage because the player bound was, you know, just a little off. Not too much to say about this one. It passes, but I don't think it's anything special. And I also have never played Amori, so maybe, like, if I was into Amori, this would be like, oh, great. This is Race Around the World, Hollywood sign. It's from Roblox, and I know nothing about Roblox except it has weird Lego people in it. But this stage, even though there's no animation, it's basically a static image, is a pretty nice looking static image, so I'm keeping it. Yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. It stays. Okay, this is Funkin. I assume it's from Friday Night Funkin'. But it also says that it only works on 1.0. And since I use 1.1, then it immediately doesn't work. Now, the stage looks like it has promise, though I can tell that it's vibrating, so that might, like, make your character's placement look all weird. But yeah, like, it's totally busted at 1.1. You can see I'm, like, way up there. I can only see myself with my double jump. Maybe I'll see if I can, like, reset the camera position. Maybe I can salvage this? I'm not sure. I wish I had the talent to just, straight... He actually asked for somebody to make a 1.1 version in the notes, but I don't know how to do that, otherwise I'd take him up on it, like, make his stage for him. This is the training stage for Multiversus. I bet Multiversus is going to get its own category in Mugen Archive probably soon enough. Maybe within the next 2 years, instead of being over here in the randoms of the video game universe section, since it's a proper fighting game unlike most of these others. And what do you expect at the training stage? There's no actual problems. But, I mean, I have so many of these training stages, and they all look pretty similar. It gets to stay for now until I find a good reason to get rid of it. Okay, we have Blood Drive opening from Corpse Party, or it's based on that at least. And, well, it looks really nice, but is this really what it's supposed to be? Like, am I supposed to be just flying in the sky, or is this, like, busted in 1.1 and I'm supposed to be on the ground down there? Is this, like, flying characters only? Yeah, like, it looks nice at least. I guess it gets to stay, even though it's weird. It doesn't really look like I'm standing anywhere. This is White Space, also from Amori. It's very similar to the other stage. And once again, there is no reason not to keep it. Yeah, it gets to stay. I wonder if there's like Easter eggs if I sit around and wait on the stage. We got a Baldi's Basic stage. And so there's no like errors in this stage, but maybe I'm just not into Baldi's Basics. There's some problems with this, like fundamentally. The characters that are flying behind you are like on the exact same level you are. So like if you were in the middle of a battle and like anybody was calling out helpers, this would so screw with you. I mean, it doesn't look like they're part of the background at all. It looks like they're just fucking flying at the other opponent, like constantly coming at you. So it looks, yeah, just like shit constantly coming at you, confusing you while you're trying to fight. He also included a characters version, but like if I had a Baldi character I like actually liked, I've actually downloaded some, but they all seem kind of like ass and like half-assed. If I actually had one, maybe I would keep the stage around to replace the good Baldi, but like I don't think there's a single good Baldi character in Mugen. But if that's your thing, I don't see any actual errors. I mean, it looks fine, but I'm getting rid of it. And that's the last one. Until the next video.